Galaxy 666 by Pel Toro. Session 49.
Hello, fellow travelers, and welcome back to Galaxy 666, your enigmatical guide to here. Chapter 14 is a short chapter, and Pel has set us up to move from one character view to another, beginning with Oski, which answers our questions from Session 47. Despite that fact, we find fertile grounds for discussion. We begin by unpacking the thick comment on the first paragraph. Danse macabre is French for the dance of death. The dance of death is most often depicted as a group of individuals from diverse backgrounds, a king, a child, a laborer, a priest, all dancing together as they go to the grave. It signifies that life is short and we are all going in the same direction, toward death, the one trait that all humanity truly shares. Why Pel is referencing it here is somewhat of a mystery. He may mean that Oski felt that he was moving down the hall on his way to death, but the dance of death carries with it a basic message that we are all equal in death, and as an instruction to view our lives through that filter. An idea which seems incongruous to Oski's current situation. An annulus is a shape consisting of two concentric circles, one inside the other, such that the area within keeps a consistent width. Pel, however, is specifying a triangular shape with the same properties. The Mobius twist refers to an object called a Mobius strip, which is named after one of its German mathematician discoverers, August Ferdinand Mobius. The Mobius strip has the property of having only one side. It is made by taking a strip of material and forming a loop out of it. However, before affixing the two loose ends together, one of them is given a half twist. All of this, in a rather difficult way, helps describe the interior halls of the alien spaceship as being difficult to navigate. Pel also makes note of the fact that the aliens have no pseudo-gravity, which results in the floor of a tunnel becoming a ceiling. Now that we are well along into the initial stages of space exploration, we can see how inaccurate that statement is. Watching video of the International Space Station, it's clear that, without gravity, there are neither floors nor ceilings. Any step pushes one off in a straight direction. Of course, that last statement was incorrect, as there is plenty of gravity on the International Space Station. It is the force that is causing the space station to continuously fall in an orbit around the Earth. However, as the gravity cannot be perceived by those aboard the spaceship because they are falling at the same time, we say that there is no gravity. Einstein, however, argued that should the windows be boarded up with no way to look outside, there would be no way to test whether or not the spacecraft was in orbit around a planet or floating alone in deep space. Einstein argued that, as there was absolutely no way to determine whether the forces you were feeling were from the presence of a gravitational field, such as a nearby planet, or the acceleration of the space you occupied, as gravity could not be proven to be present, it could not exist. Instead, he proposed that the gravitational effect felt was due to the shaping of space-time. We do not fly off the planet Earth because the curvature of space-time requires us to move in a very specific direction, and the Earth, which has bent space-time, is in our way. Bottom line, for Oski to be experiencing what he is experiencing, the alien spaceship must be constantly changing directions and accelerating, or it is accelerating in one direction, but the halls Oski is in are moving in relation to it. Either way, very strange. Puns are the social disease of the old and intelligent. There is no quicker way to elicit a groan than to have a grandma or grandpa recite a pun. Lionel Fanthorpe is a member of Mensa and certainly has the skills to generate his own, but they are, at the end of the day, rarely that punny. Pel also outdoes himself in circuitous ramblings in this chapter, starting off with his list forms of things in holes and ending with the definition of poetry. He appears to do it once again as he feels compelled to explain how Oski, a man about town from thousands of years in our future, knows so much about moles, rabbits, and lugworms. Why historians would spend time learning about lugworms is far beyond my understanding, but some great cataclysm must have befallen the earth to render moles and rabbits extinct. Again, there is no need for him to do this as in the 20th century justification stuff, but he does, and firmly establishes himself on another meaningless tangent, this one about the importance of historical perspective. The most enjoyable part of the chapter comes just after the rant on history. The quote, The emotion itself during the emotional moment is so strong and so powerful that it destroys the vital objectivity which is indispensable to an apprehension and comprehension of a true perspective, unquote, has no relation to anything that is going on, and stands as a singular monolith of abstraction, alone and unconnected. What emotion? Is this still about history? Did someone get the wrong piece of dictation again? The only two portions of the entire chapter which are potentially useful are the first few lines for the description of the ship, and the last few saying he has come to a door. There must be something said about someone who can stretch the phrase, "We walk down the hall to a door," into 2 pages of text. But I am sure children are listening, and it is prudent to refrain. Which character shall we be following in Chapter 15? To find out, we will again need to dip our toe into
Galaxy 666.
Here ends Section 49.